Hi everyone, how you doing? Welcome to Pedalboards and News. What do? We bring you the latest guitar, gear, pedal, amp news every week. So if you want to stay up to date to the latest releases, then just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell and you'll be notified every time we bring a new video out to you. First bit of news this week is it a Julia? Is it a Lillian? Is it even a Vivian? No, it's not. It's a Polychrome. Why, Walrus, did you not continue this fantastic naming of pedals, especially when they're all modulations? I don't know. But the Polychrome, alas, is still bloody awesome. What is it? It's a flanger. What's interesting about these range of pedals is they managed to cram quite a lot of really cool features into it, but they still keep it really usable and simple to use as well. So, what are the features? Okay, so the basic knobs on there are rate, depth, sweep, and feedback. And, you know, you expect them, that they're pretty much sensible, you know, it does what it says on the tin. Then you've got a knob which is called the DFV, which takes it from dry through to flange and little combinations of that in between, and then all the way through to vibrato. And what that means is you can get like a blend of your clean tone and a flanger, or you can go flanger mixing into vibrato, which can be quite interesting as well. That's nice, you can dial it in just how you want it, and then you've got your different voicing options, so you can have the flange so it's doing your flange, or you can have it so it's fixed. And then you've got three different sine wave options, or I say three different sine waves, three different LFOs. So you have your sine wave, so it's nice and smooth, like whoa. You can have your triangle, so it's whoa, like that. Or you can have random, so it's you know, like that. So yeah, random sounds like a lot of fun, but all in all, you're going to be able to get probably some of the best flanging tones out of this. It's all analog. Looks really great. These are going for €209. I only found a euro price, so go and convert that if you like. But yeah, that's where we stand with that. Now that's going to be appearing on Tonepedia very soon, so keep an eye out for that, because if you're thinking, oh, this sounds good, I might want to have a play with this, you can do exactly that. Alright, moving on. Wampler, our friends over at Wampler, we're very good friends with Wampler, and they have released a pedal called the Gearbox. Now, you might be saying, hang on, didn't this come out a couple of weeks ago? No, but it was leaked, really badly leaked. Wampler seem to be having a really bad time with pedals being leaked, and it's really annoying. But it is what it is. What is the Gearbox? It's a 2-channel drive pedal. The first channel is a clon style. It's basically based on their Tumnus, and the second one is based on their Pinnacle pedal, which is a 5150 plexi high gain overdrive sounding circuit. It's the best sounding 5150 circuit I've ever played, which is saying something. Well, and I say that in pedals, you know, I've obviously got the Kraken, which is a valve amp, and that does the 5150 thing amazingly, and I love it very much. What can we say about this? The two pedals, the two sides of the pedal have been tweaked, so they work very nice together. You can switch the order, so you can have Tumnus going into Pinnacle to push that drive even further and saturate it fully. Or you can have the Tumnus after and use the Tumnus as a boost, so you can get that nice big volume boost for solo work and lead work and these sort of things. Very cool. Then they've gone one step further. They've given you 4 jacks on this. You can use the 2 outside jacks as in and out, and then you've got your pedal as I've just described. You can use the 2 internal jacks, so the 2 inside jacks, as an effects loop, and you can put maybe your Walrus Polychrome in there and have a bit of flanging going on between, or whatever you want, a compressor maybe, which is apparently how Andy Wood himself, this is his signature pedal. I should have mentioned that really. He's a very well-known guitarist, and this is his signature pedal. Apparently that's how he does it. He puts a compressor in the middle. But if you want, you can use the 2 ins and in and out on one side and in and out on the other side to completely separate the pedal into a switcher, such as the Bossy S8 or something along those lines. That means you can then run them in parallel. You can order swap all by like touching your switcher, and you can also then split them and put things in the middle. So all the options that are available without a switcher separately are actually available with a switcher, but all of them and you don't have to unplug anything. You can just switch between your. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm Michael Flatley down here, but yeah, it's very, very clever. I've seen this from Keeley. I've seen this from Analog Man, and it's a really great way of doing things. So I would say to Wampler, well done. Great pedal. Really bloody sounds good. From the demos that I've listened to, it sounds amazing. I really want to get my hands on one of these. It does sound really, really cool. Moving on. I love Matthews effects. They have great sounding pedals, really great ways of making pedals, and they look bloody awesome. They really do. They've only been around a few years, but they have really taken off in a big way, and I think a lot of that is thanks to the way they present themselves. Very, very, very cool stuff. Now, they've gone ahead and bought out a MIDI switcher. Now, MIDI switchers are usually quite expensive and often don't have the features that you want. This is kind of the opposite. So it has 3 outs. You've got USB out, which more and more pedals we're seeing and synths and these sort of things that we're seeing have USB MIDI in. We also have the 5-pin MIDI out, which is switchable to be an in or an out, so you can have another MIDI controller controlling this MIDI controller. Not as stupid as it sounds, a lot of people do it. And you can also have, hallelujah, 3.5mm out, and that is great because so many pedals are going down that route, and myself, I want that to happen. I want everyone to move over to the 3.5mm because it should be the standard. Just takes up such a little amount of room. Anyway, it's got that on it, which is great. Now, you've got, I think, about 50 banks from reading between the lines, and you've got 4 patches on each bank. Each one of the buttons on it is one of the banks. One of the patches. You can extend that up to 7, from what I gather, by different expandable outputs. So you can have up to 7 switches. Whether they are banks up and down switches or whether they're each a patch switch, I don't know. I can't tell you that, but it's a really good question. Well done. And you can also add something like the expression pedals there, which can go into the pedal, and then it will control via MIDI whichever pedals you want it to control. Now, I do this with my rig, and it's great because I can have one expression pedal with one cable going into my ES8, and it can control all of my MIDI pedals that it's connected to, and that's a bloody good way of doing things. It really is very, very clever. And you've got that in this little Matthews effects box. It's called the Futurist, and the name suits it, to be fair. $229. That is bugger all for something like this, and talk about pedal board friendly. It really is. Downside of switchers is they're huge. I've had to cut a massive hole in mine to use mine. I do other things with it as well, so I have analog pedals in there. But apparently there's a way of using this as well to control analog pedals, such as tap tempo things as well. So that's quite interesting, worth looking into. I'd strongly suggest anything from Matthews Effects, and this is, by all accounts, not the least of them. So that is this week's news. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.